Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight, I have my co-hosts sitting right left to me, Stu Woolley. Tonight will be another celebration of Norway actually winning 4-1 against Italy away in Milano, San Siro. What a game. Norway are through unbeaten through the qualifier, and I put in a poll for you guys who will win the World Cup. And I want you to be honest, Norway are not by any means the favorite, but I put Norway in there just to be a little bit biased because I'm Norwegian. There will be other Man United updates. We will talk about Baleba. We will talk about Mainoo. There are some updates on the Crystal Palace fullback Daniel Muñoz and Xerxes. So guys, stay tuned. Stu and I will be back after the intro. Please do us a big favor, smash the like and subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time on the Tactical Devils, we will be back after the intro. Boom, 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 boom. And the Tactical Devils are back. It's Sunday night. It's the weekend wrap-up. It's Jarvis and Stu. And first of all, we will talk about my beloved Norway qualifying to the World Cup. I'm a little bit happy. I'm happy right now because it's the first time since 1998. If you can remember that far back, if you even was born in 1998, that was the World Cup when David Beckham got sent off because of the Diego Simeone accident, for example. It's a long time ago. It was the World Cup when Zidane headbutted Materazzi in the final. It's so many years ago. It's almost in black and white when you think of it. Stu, what's your memory from the 1998 World Cup? Best memory?
The best memory for us. By the way, I hope you've noticed. Although this is the American flag, I have tried to get as close to Norwegian colours as I can, just for you, old friends. So that's brilliant. Biggest memory is Michael Owen's goal, isn't it, against Argentina?
Argentina. That was a brilliant goal.
Yeah,
that was how old was 17? 18?
Yeah, he was 17, 18, something like that. Yeah, and it's gone. It's one of the greatest World Cup goals that we've seen. So for us, it was brilliant. But we flattered to deceive that tournament as always. Simeone was absolutely brilliant. He gets Beckham sent off, but when you look at the players that Argentina, their Batistuta out there, for example. His flowing locks. They were all in blue that day. I've got a feeling Pochettino played as well, and he was one of the defenders that got sliced through by Michael Owen for that goal. So I love the World Cup. I'm really looking forward to this World Cup. England qualified, as you know. We played 8 and have won 8.
Serbia?
Yeah.
No. You played.
We played Albania.
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 But you struggled. Harry Kane goal. I think it was 0-0 until the.
Play well. Yeah, we didn't play well. Albania did very well. Harry Kane scored twice. Albania go into the playoffs. Let's see. So the table finished with us. Crikey, the Swedes.
The Swedes are doing terribly. They are last in the group. I think they've lost 5 games and 1 draw. As far as I know, or 5 games, they are dead last. So the Swedes are not qualifying for the next year's summer's World Cup. But Denmark, I see someone mentioned Denmark in the chat. They are, I think they drew against Belarus 2-2, but they are going away against Scotland and Hampton Park, and I think they need to win against Scotland in the last game away to qualify, unless they will come into the playoffs. So
and Scotland need a result as well.
Are not doing well besides Norway.
Denmark are currently top. Scotland need a draw they've made the playoffs. Scotland have, but they could do with beating Denmark and making it through. Republic of Ireland got through today to the playoffs, which is great. England,
yes, they scored 3-2 against Hungary in the dying minutes, the last seconds of the game.
Yeah,
Soboslai and all of them, and Ireland are through to the playoffs. So big congrats to the Irish. Big up Irie.
It's been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant. So
Congo just qualified according to IM Titanium. Bilal, big up Congo.
Congo, brilliant.
Yes.
Well, of course, Cameroon are out, aren't they?
Cameroon is out.
Yeah, they didn't make it through. So, congratulations to Norway. It's great to see. The likes of Norway qualified. Chance for Scotland. Chance for the Republic of Ireland. Scotland have got a great chance to beat Denmark. They've qualified. Republic of Ireland going to the playoffs. Absolutely superb. It's brilliant to see. And it should be a really, really good. It should be a good World Cup. The problem for England is that we played 8-1-8, but we played nobody. I mean, Albania looked pretty good tonight, but we played nobody. I don't think we've even conceded a goal in the qualifying group. So not brilliant for us. Are we going to be able to go and play Brazil in 90 to 100 degree heat and beat Brazil? I don't think so. So we shall see. But, let's get excited. We can put it to bed after this round of games because that's it. And then we can concentrate back on the Premier League, which I'm really looking forward to. But big congratulations to Norway. Congratulations. Absolutely brilliant for you guys. Small nation. We are
only 5 million people living in Norway, so I have to say, it's a big thing for us coming all the way to the World Cup. But it's expected. We have players like Haaland, like Odegaard, like Sander Berge, like all of these Premier League players, and Sørloth who plays in Atletico, and we have other great names. So we are a team to be reckoned with, but. We are not in the top 5 teams in the world. No, we're nowhere near. But I heard someone said that Norway could do like Croatia did, for example, 2 World Cups ago, going all the way to the final. We are a hard-working collective, and we have a couple of superstar players that can drag us along over the line when it comes to play against the big nations. So, maybe
get out there early. Jarvis, he needs to get you out there early. You guys, as soon as all the leagues are finished, you need to go out there and acclimatise. It's going to be your biggest problem. Acclimatising to that type of heat. We have problems in the UK acclimatising to that type of heat. It could well be, that's the area that you've got to look at. So get you in a load of saunas, get all the players in saunas, get you in hot kitchens. You need to really acclimatise. I'm Titanium's coming with
funny story about acclimatising, because Norway qualified for the 1994 World Cup in America, our first World Cup since 1932. When we qualified, and we had a coach called Egil Drillo Olsen, and he was quite a pragmatic manager, and he made all the players train with black garbage bags over their bodies for weeks, just to get used to the humidity on the pitches. And definitely. I don't know if it was the right thing. We came into the World Cup, we looked dreadful. We won against Mexico, we drew against Ireland, and we lost against Italy. So we didn't go through on only 4 points. So but our current manager is the national coach at the moment, and he actually experienced this. So he has some experience going into the World Cup into the States. Yes.
Yeah. So Mr. B says, good to see you, Mr. B. Jarvis, be positive. I'm Moroccan.
Ooh,
and
big up, Mr. B. Big up, Mr. B. Morocco, another small team, surprising. everybody in the World Cup. When
Well,
I
they
think
finished
back
third.
on the Qatar World Cup, I don't even remember who won it, but I remember Morocco.
They finished third. Morocco is Mr.
They
Bean
finished
saying.
third, so
That's
big
absolutely
respect for
great.
Morocco.
Look, the World Cup's going to be brilliant. It's over 3 countries, one for the better phrase. Although if you're Canadian, you're the 51st state now, according to the Americans. But anyway, so it's Canada, or North America, Canada, and
Mexico.
So
Yes.
in Mexico, it'll be very, very challenging playing in Mexico if you're coming, say, from Canada, for example. So it'll be interesting to see how they.
What's the name of their pitch? Not the Maracanã, but the one that's really high up is like 1,000 meters, 1,000 yards over sea level.
Is it not American?
Aztec Stadium.
Oh, the Azteca.
That's a dreadful pitch to go through because the air is so thin you can't even get oxygen.
Negrete scored that famous volley there, didn't he? That bicycle.
Yes, Negrete.
Negreto.
1986.
Yeah.
1986.
So I don't know how they're going to do it. So I don't know whether if you are, say, playing down in LA, and you could go through Calexico, so you'll do LA in Mexico or that kind of border area. I don't know, or whether you're playing Canada one game and fucking Mexico in the other. I don't know how it's going to work. So, Trev, no, I'm not wearing. This is actually a match American warm-up shirt. It's an original match American one, but it's the closest I could get to Norway colours. To support my old mate, because I think it's absolutely brilliant. We qualified a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? So absolutely brilliant. So
it's not a big thing for a English guy to qualify for the World Cup. You've been
we do it all the time.
The 1994 World Cup, because then you were in the group with Norway, and who was the coach? It was
it was Graham Taylor.
Graham Taylor.
Yeah, we didn't get through. Haaland put aside, but no, I'm just supporting Jarvis. It's like I say, I have all my tops. This is the closest one I've got with Norway colours, so I thought I'd support my old mate tonight. But actually, it is a warm-up pre-match American jersey, and it's quite
looks good.
Oh, it's fucking. I won't tell you how much it was, but I won't, because it's an original. But it was.
I like the details. It's like painted on. It's not just like straight lines.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's kind of like it kind of goes like that. So
like brushed on.
I know you are, Catherine. No nonsense, McDade. It's for me old mate tonight, for everyone. Big shout out to Jules. If he does come in the group tonight, Jules completed a double crossbar challenge tonight. He did one with his right foot and he did one with his left foot. Now he got it with his left foot, didn't get it with his right. So me and Jarvis missed ours last week. So next week we're doing left foot only, one take. So we're tuning in for that, because it will be fucking hilarious. Me and Jarvis are wondering whether we'll actually get it anywhere near the bar, aren't we, Bob? Or not? So
I think I can do it. But in one try. Who knows? I am titanium.
That's our thing, isn't it? One try. That's just our thing. Everyone else, you can have as many goes as you like. So,
I am titanium coming in with a free membership chat. Big up.
Yes.
I am titanium coming in and say congratulations, Norway, Ireland, and Congo. Big up I am titanium Bilal for that one, and also coming in with a big super chat. Let me play the super chat tune, and we will read it out.
Thank you, Bilal. Look at that. Wait, read it out. Go on, read it out.
First World Cup in 50 years for Congo. Big up for the Congolese guys qualifying for the World Cup.
Brilliant.
That will be amazing. I don't know any Congolese
players have we got? No. Yeah, who have we got? In the chat, who we've got, because that's absolutely brilliant. So, Boxing Straight Talk says, if we hit the bar, you'll give us a quid. Thanks very much. You'll need to get. I tell you what, if we hit the bar with our left pegs, it'd be fucking miracle. We were close with our right, but if we.
Congo beat Nigeria on penalties today,
Fantastic.
3-4, 1-1 at a full time. So let me just see their lineups. Van Bissaka.
Juanbinho. We love Juanbinho.
Oh, they actually have a couple of players second in the group, beating teams as Sudan and Togo. So they're doing well.
Group.
World Cup qualifiers Group B. Let's bring it up. Just if people are a little bit interested to see how Congo did. Give me 2 seconds. I will bring it up.
Oh, they got Calvin Bassey. No, Nigeria got Calvin Bassey. Sorry. Tuanzebe is Wan-Bissaka.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the Group B. Senegal won it. Congo, Sudan, Togo, Mauritania, and South Sudan. Congo did actually quite well. So let's see. Players, who do they have? They have Mbemba. They have Van Bissaka.
Tuanzebe. Alex Tuanzebe. There you go.
Tuanzebe.
Oh, that has got to be the greatest football name ever. Charles Pickle.
Charles Pickle.
That has got to be the greatest football name ever. Charles Pickle. Brilliant.
Yes.
Got to love that. Luala was from Congo. He was boxing straight talk. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Is Vissa? You're on Vissa Congolese as well.
We got Congo qualifying for the World Cup. That would be interesting. Maybe Norway will play Congo in the World Cup. Who knows?
So
I hope for real that Norway will meet England. In Norway, England in the group stage. That will be the perfect.
I presume with the African groups, then it's the top two qualify. Is that correct?
In the African qualification, the AFCON qualification, top two, yeah.
Top two qualify, yeah. Superb, superb.
But now in Europe, only the winners go through, and there will be a playoff between the number twos. There will be a draw probably tomorrow, and the World Cup will be drawn. The group stage will be drawn 5th of December, as far as I know. So that will be interesting. And Norway are seeded in Group 3. In Group 1, you have the big nations. You have France, Brazil, all of them, plus the host nations. You have Mexico, Canada, and US of A. So if anything, I would like one of the hosting nations from Group A, because that's the toughest seeding group. And then you have Group 2, Group 3. That's basically the same. And Group 4, then you have New Zealand and other teams that should be winnable games. So and the funny thing is, both number 1 and 2 goes through to the playoffs, and 8 of the number 3s goes to the playoffs. So it will be, and there's 4 games this time in the group.
We've got 4 games, yeah, because it's a much bigger.
So there's a big chance there will be at least 5 games for most teams. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be absolutely brilliant. No, it'd be absolutely brilliant. It should be a really good tournament. See you later, Bilal. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Catherine, no nonsense Midday said, did I watch the boxing last night? Catherine, I missed it. I didn't get to see it, but I have it. And so I've got it on rerun, but I didn't get to see it. But I hear, and you may be able to tell me, but I hear that most boxing aficionados said from round 1, Eubank was all over the place. He wasn't there. He was weak, and he wasn't in the right frame of mind. So if that's the case, for him to last 12 rounds against a ferocious punching Ben, all credit where credit's due. But I will be watching it tomorrow when nobody's here, and I've got a Teams meeting. I'll have it on then. I should be doing work actually when I've got a Teams meeting, but I can multitask.
Gary really. C, big up. Good to see you. A lot of people tuning in. Actually, we have 119 people watching on X, YouTube, and one guy watching on Twitch. So,
we got a Twitch guy. Is that me?
We have one. So we are Twitch stars, if you can say it like that.
Eubank didn't look right. That range radiation. Yeah. I've heard that. But I'm looking forward to watching it. But apparently, I haven't seen. They were quite conciliatory at the end of the fight by all accounts. So that's good to see. It's good to see.
Stu, before we go to the rest of the Norway stuff, this was my original thumbnail. This was supposed to be the topic of the evening. Straight loan, no option to buy and no obligation to buy. Kobbie, Mainoo. So let's talk a little bit about Man United, because I know this is why most of you guys have tuned in. So let's talk a little bit about Man United, and then I will show you the Antonio Nusa goal, and how we took on 4 Italian defenders and just
I would like to see that
in a howler. So I have the goal. I will show you guys if you haven't seen it. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about Kobbie Mainoo, because Kobbie Mainoo, there's been an ongoing saga since after January last year. And should he stay? Should he go? What's going to happen?
Should I stay or should I go?
So this one came out today from Fabrizio Romano, and the thing is, this is the report. Kobbie Mainoo is very interested in joining Napoli on a straight loan with no option to buy or obligation to buy. He wants to succeed at Man United, and Man United have never considered letting him leave the club permanently. So, we know this has been linked to Napoli a lot of the times, but what's new now, it's the club never considering letting him leave the club permanently, and no option to buy and no obligation to buy. So, I want to hear with you, Stu, what's your thoughts on this? Because for me, I think it sounds right. I think this is what Man United should do, because he's a generational talent. This far between Kobbie Mainoo, and we should try to keep him as long as possible. But he needs game time. He needs a stage to develop his footballing career. So, what's your thoughts on the latest reports?
I think it's guesswork by Fabrizio, and it's probably handy guesswork as well. I think he's decided I'm going to pull the pin before anybody else. But it's worth noting that after their last loss, Conte has come out and said 9 new players in the summer was way too many. They're not integrated. Yes, they've had injuries, De Bruyne being one.
Yeah.
So to have an extra player in January doesn't kind of sit well with what he's talking about. He's talking about these 9 players are coming in totally, unbalanced the team, and he's trying to find that balance. So to bring in another fresh face won't add with his balancing issues. However, you're not just bringing in any player, to be fair, are you? You're bringing in, like you say, a player of absolute quality on his day. And we all know this because we've seen it. But he's never delivered on a consistent basis. It's almost like you're seeing a carbon copy of a McTominay at Manchester United and if Mainoo was to go to Napoli, a McTominay at Napoli. You're going to see those 2 differentials for sure. You're going to see wherever Kobbie goes, after 1 or 2 games, you're going to see him settle in and probably, get back to the play we know he can be.
He's a brilliant player. We know that he can be one of the best.
We do. So we don't know what's happened. I said this the other day, Jarvis. We haven't got a clue what's gone on between him and Amorim. Something's happened. We don't know what that is. None of us know. He might not be a brilliant trainer. He might be a better trainer away from the club than he is at the club. It does happen. He might have some kind of attitude that Amorim doesn't like. He might not have an attitude that Amorim doesn't like. He might be happy and smiling, and Amorim and Mainoo might be absolutely friends. They might have a bromance going on.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, Mainoo doesn't seem to be in the plans of Ruben Amorim, because he's not getting on the pitch, after 56 minutes, for example. It's always 80 minutes by the time he comes onto the pitch, and by which time the game's going to brush anybody by. For me, I think you're right. I think he does need a loan because he's got to go out and play. He's realised 18 months ago he had a chance of going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Now he's got no hope. He just hasn't got a hope of getting anywhere near the World Cup squad. He's not waiting for the Thomas Tuchel call at any time because he knows he's not got a chance. So he needs to go and play. Would you send him to Napoli? Probably not. You want to keep him in the Premier League. And I said to you before, Brighton would be a perfect fit for him. He would be perfect for Brighton. I think he'd do very, very well at Palace, but not Bournemouth, for example. So, I think he's a great player. I don't think the club's handled it at all well. I really don't. I think the club's been really, really poor with this. I think Amorim has been really, really poor with this because he said nothing, has he? When the so-called bomb squad were around, he was very vocal about them. He was very vocal when he left Rashford out. He was very vocal when he left.
He was, yeah.
That's clear. He's not been vocal at all about Kobbie Mainoo. And I think the biggest problem that we've all got as supporters and fans and players and people that like Kobbie, we don't understand because we're not hearing anything. And to Kobbie's credit, Jarvis, we're not hearing anything from him or his agents.
No, there's nothing coming out.
He's got no family members on X saying Amorim's this or Manchester United that. He's kept his counsel, and he's, I hope, working behind the scenes. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know. Nobody. Look, no. The thing about where we are with Kobbie Mainoo, and I think this should add a little bit of clarity to it. Nobody's talking about him. No big YouTube channels know anything about it, so not talking about it because they don't know. And so it's a big, big problem for us. I think we could do with knowing. But he needs a run of games. I think 12:09 tops. Absolutely right. I think he needs a run of games. Did I hear? Have I got it wrong? Did I hear that Casemiro's picked up a knock in the last Brazilian match? Again, I heard that in passing. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
No, I haven't heard anything. No,
as far as I know. Yeah. If he has, does he get a shot when he comes back, or does Agati come in? Was where I was going with that, Jarvis. So we don't know. I think it's all around. What I would say is, I agree with the consensus. I think it's been handled really bad. He did score Agile Beast. Yeah, I did see that, but I read somewhere that he got a knock, but maybe I got that wrong. But we don't know anything, and I think that's the biggest problem. Nobody knows where we are with Kobbie. Now Kobbie must know. He must know, but we don't. And I think it's difficult for us to really speculate until we have. So I would say a loan's his best option right now.
The thing with Kobbie is he's up against a seasonal pro who's won the Champions League several times with a shitload of experience. Yeah. And he's Brazilian and he's actually doing quite well. And he have taken, Casemiro was in the sin bin under Amorim in the beginning. We didn't play him for at least 3 months or something over Christmas and January, February. Casemiro came back. He looked. He took charge of himself. I think he changed his diet, and I think he understood what Amorim wanted him to do. And since then, Casemiro has been one of the regulars in the starting 11. And he's up against Bruno Fernandes, one of the stats-wise best midfielders in the world. I think he had 50 now after tonight's game. He had 53 goals and assists for Portugal. so far in his career. So he's doing incredible for being a midfielder. So and the system of Amorim is said he won't change his system. He would change before the Pope or something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is it's tough for Kobbie Mainoo to come into this starting 11. It's not given, and he needs to raise his levels. I think it's good enough, but he needs to prove for Amorim that it's good enough.
Yeah.
And
do you want to, while you're talking about that, do you want to add on to that? Because what you're talking, you mentioned about the subs a lot, haven't you? So he's not even coming on the bench, is he? So it'd be interesting. It kind of fits in, I think, with what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Stu in the beginning, and that caught my ear. You said maybe he's not a good trainer. Because when you're not playing games, and there are great players who's not a good trainer. I think Casemiro wasn't a good trainer because he always looked out of shape when he came from after the summer holiday. It took him like 4 to 5, 6 games to get into match rhythm. Wayne Rooney, for example, after every injuries, it took him at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 games to get into match sharpness. And there are players like this, they maybe Kobbie Mainoo is one of them. I'm not saying he's a bad player because I'm comparing him with, for example, Casemiro or Wayne Rooney, but this is maybe where the issue lies. And now for him to get into this team, and if he's not a good trainer and he's not putting in 100% effort in every minute in every day, Monday to Sunday, it's a long road to get into that first team. He need a bit of luck, maybe. Some players getting a red card, suspension, 3-4 games, or an injury for him to get a spot into this team. Unless he just need a loan, or he will sit on that bench forever.
Interesting take. I agree with Boxing. We've mentioned we don't think Amorim's substitution choices and timings are brilliant. They're very strange, aren't they? His subs and his, but Kobbie's not coming on, so it suggests to me that there is something in there that Amorim is getting, and we're just not seeing it. So really difficult one to answer. I hope it becomes apparent in January, actually, because I think we'll know in January, won't we? If he stays, then clearly isn't an issue with Kobbie, apart from he just doesn't fancy him in the 11. If he goes, then maybe they've come to a decision where Kobbie said, look, if you want me in 2026, 2027, 2028, let me go out for the rest of the season on loan. Let me play regularly. Let me come back, and I'll show you different Kobbie Mainoo in June.
Well, the issue lies, Stu, you mentioned that Fabrizio Romano, that it's guesswork. Well, it could be Kobbie Mainoo and his camp leaking this.
Well, I only said guesswork. Yeah, I only said guesswork because of the Conte interview, where Conte was talking about the changes they made in the summer, and it balanced the team. So if you are making noises and making excuses, around teams being unbalanced, bringing in an extra player, which would be 10 players in total, it wouldn't make sense to me unless he's been misquoted from Italian to English or whatever, unless he's been misquoted. But apparently their last loss, the board wasn't too happy, and Conte's fighting back, and he's blaming the board for the amount of signings they bought. So that's why I think it's guesswork at this point.
Yeah, it could be, but as I said, maybe it's leaked from the Kobbie Mainoo's camp. Maybe he's putting it out there just to make it easier for Amorim to make a choice, for the club to make a choice, because he wants to stay, obviously, if this is from him.
So here's your segue then from Steph. Great to see you, Steph. If United sign Davis from Wolves in January, does that spell the end for Mainoo or Ugarte? Good question.
That's a good question. Well, not necessarily, because it depends. The longevity in the squad is Casemiro is aging, Bruno is aging. They will most likely leave in the summer, or maybe they will put in one more year. But 1 year, that's not longevity in football. When we talk 5 years, both Kobbie and Ugarte are young players, and maybe we should just keep them for squad and rotation, and bring in 2 replacements for Kobbie and no for for Casemiro and Bruno, and maybe this is where we are heading. But I don't know. What's your takes, Stu?
Well, I think it's a really difficult question to answer, because we said on Monday or Thursday, I think it was.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, that if you go for midfielders, you have to go for 2. If you're getting Baleba as your primary midfielder, and you I don't know, you try and get Lukic in to complement him, which I don't think wouldn't be a bad idea, or you go for Gomez in January, then you've got to find someone to complement Gomez, or you go for Gallagher in January. If it's not alone, you've got to find somebody to complement Gallagher. So it's really, we almost need, when we think about it, 4 midfielders. When you think about what we're trying to do. And so I think if Anderson, one of the lads said, I think if Anderson comes in, I think Mainoo's got no hope, and I would agree with that. I don't think he does. I think if Baleba comes in, I don't see Mainoo getting in ahead of Baleba. Although Baleba's not been great this season and didn't play particularly well against us, I still saw enough from Baleba. I think when he's on it, you've got a serious footballer. If you get both, as Yolam Amin says, do you get Gallagher and Gomez in January? What does that mean? Does that mean you're getting rid of Bruno, Casemiro, Ugarte, and Mainoo to fit in Gallagher, Gomez, and potentially Baleba, and potentially, I don't know, Lukic, say? I'm spitballing on those 2, by the way. So, you've got to move these. You've got to say you're moving 4 out and bring your 4 in. Yeah. I think we all know, guys, the whole of the devilish tacticos will agree here. We've got to sort our midfield out. We have to. It's been an abomination for years, really. Since, in my opinion, since we let come on, Stu. The Basque player, come on. Brains fucking gone. Ander Herrera. Since Herrera has gone, and that Herrera-Pogba kind of partnership has gone, disbanded, we've got a real problem. And so we must do something. We must do something. And Amorim knows we've got to do something. So I think with this, Jarvis, you either go big or you go home.
Yeah.
You either change the midfield completely or you go home.
Maybe we will see in the summer, and now we're starting even in January, as you said, just starting to replace all of them, all of the midfield, all 4 of them, and maybe that will be a spot for Kone coming in, one of them.
Maybe we've got an eye on Kone. Maybe we think Kone's 2 years away yet. So we bring in, Gomez. It's a real. Yeah, well, I agree with you there, Danny. Danny B, I agree with you, pal. Me and Jarvis both think Bruno is a problem for us. Although, as Jarvis says, he is our most creative. It's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, it's the issue. So, look, really interesting. And of course, nobody's talking about Wharton at the moment. Are we talking about Wharton because we don't think we can get him? Are we? Yeah, you're probably right there, Trev. I like Herrera, but I think you're probably right. Are we still talking about Wharton, Jarvis? Are we talking
out of the 3 of Wharton, Baleba, and Anderson? I think Wharton is the one that's farthest away, the least.
Yeah, least likely. I think Baleba, by the way, guys, I'm sorry to tell you, I think Baleba is quite far down the track.
the reports came out today on Baleba also from was it Fabrizio who came out? So, yeah, it was Fabrizio. So let me just bring it up, and we can segue a little bit to Baleba from Mainoo. So Manchester United sees Carlos Baleba as priority target for 2026. They still want him, and Baleba is very keen on a move to United, even more now. And this is from Fabrizio Romano. Very keen.
Yeah, look, I think Baleba's probably already told them, I'm going in the summer. Whether I go to Manchester United or not, I'm going in the summer. I think that's done. I'd like to see him settle down now and put his head down and start to get back to the Baleba we saw last season. That's what I want him to do. And if I was Amorim, I'd be hammering that home to him. We are going to have you in the summer, but I want to see Carlos Baleba of last season. I don't want to see the Carlos Baleba of the first 6 months of this season, because it ain't happening. I'm putting my faith in you. I'm not pursuing X, Y, and Z. I want to see you perform. So I agree. I think Wharton will be overpriced. I also agree. Somebody mentioned that Anderson came in for 20 minutes there and had more touches and did more than Wharton. I agree with that as well. From what I could say. Love Hackney as well. Danny B, I do. I think he's great. If we could get him as a bench player, it'd be fucking superb, Hackney.
He looks brilliant. Yeah,
he's a fabulous talent. He is a brilliant player. I would take him anyway if we could, because you probably get him for 30, less than 30. So I would take him, Danny B. I think he's great. But yeah, exactly what I was saying, Yala. I want to see that. I want to see the next. Well, to the end of the season, Yala, I want to see the Baleba from 2024. Not the Baleba we see, and 2025, but not the Baleba we see. He showed me little bits against us. He wasn't great against us, but I thought his positional play was good. I like his left foot, but he had a bad game against us. But we swarmed them anyway. I don't think Brighton played particularly well against us. But Anderson, Forest put in a supreme performance against us, which me and Jarvis recognised.
But Stu, what concerns me with Baleba is his inconsistency. Going from one season wonder to the next season's flop, and we have to stay away from plays like that. So it makes me really super. What's the name?
Just hold on one sec. I've just got it's my lad.
Okay. I'll do some comments, but when it comes to Baleba, you can't have an inconsistent style, and for us to put in, let's say, 60 to 70 million pounds for a player like that, cautious. We got to be cautious. Thank you. I had a brain fart. Sometimes it's difficult, the words just stops completely in my head. So while Stu is on the phone, we can talk more about this, but I want to show you. The goal from the Norway game. So let's just.
Sorry, you've always got to take your son when they call. You've always got to take a phone
call. I know, Stu. Family first, always. This is just YouTube. It's football. It doesn't matter. So
are we watching this goal? This Norwegian goal?
Yes, I wanted to show you guys the goal. Let me just find it, and Stu can analyze it as he likes to do. So let's start. Bring it up. My computer is not well tonight, but okay, here we go. Everything is in slow motion. So we gotta break it up. Italy in blue, Norway in white. Obviously, Norway is on the ball.
Oh. Anyway, while you're doing that, Boxing Straight Talks is talking about Hackney. Actually, he said he did turn down a move to Ipswich. In fact, there were reports that Ipswich had closed the deal at I think it was about 12 or 14 million. For him, but yeah, you're right. He turned it down, which was good. So I like that type of thing. What else have we got? Trev, Stu was talking to himself. Absolutely, Trev. By the way, bad news, everybody. Bad news. It appears that Aldi have been watching our show, because if you've seen the latest Aldi adverts, Kevin the fucking Carrot has ripped off my fucking mankini, even the same colour. How dare he?
Yeah.
He tied to a lamppost in my mankini. So, Trev, I'll be sending a letter to Aldi and suing them for copyright, because obviously the mankini is all to do with the devilish.
Mankini is the devilish is tactical devils.
Tactical devils. So Kevin the fucking Carrot. Yes, Kevin the fucking Carrot in my mankini. I've been looking for it, and that fucker's had it. So we'll sort that out.
I can't play it all from the beginning, but there's a pass. The pass goes through. He does a cold York. He jumps over the ball, as you see, and it goes to Antonio Nusa. And in this position, you see here you have Bastoni. You have here's Bastoni. I think it's what's the name? The Juventus Locatelli, and I don't know who's the right back. But Antonio Nusa receives the ball. And look at him in this position. What do you reckon, Stu? Does he look well? Or
I want to say that the first impressions in terms of Italy's defending isn't too bad, because it's on his right peg, and he's feigning. And I haven't seen the goal, so I don't know. But he's looking to come in now. Presumably, he goes to the left. As I'm looking, he hits the byline and then puts shot across goal and into the far post. I haven't seen the goal, so I don't know. I'm only speculating in terms of his position. If he comes in and comes around the player and he bends one in at the top corner, what a strike. I mean, that is a really difficult strike, because the way that he's got to he's got almost, by the way, everybody, he's got to do the Jarvis chop to get it around if he comes in and bends it. So they're not in a bad position, Italy, but I haven't seen the goal, so I've got no idea how it goes in. So let me see this wonder goal.
Okay, we just need to make a pause for us to live another day. Yes. And here we see Antonio Nusa coming in.
So I was kind of half right then, Jarvis.
You were half right?
I was half right, yeah. What a strike that is.
Well, he's composed, makes a step over, takes it to the left, and just smacks it into the corner.
I thought if he went straight, to the left as we can see it, I thought it'd drill it. Not in fact, I'm going to call that strike Branco-esque. You ever remember the Brazilian left back Branco? He used to play for Genoa. He used to whip the ball in brilliantly. He used to put a lot of swaz on it, and that looks like that's a brilliant goal. Can you kind of like play it in normal?
We got to take it down a notch.
Take it down a notch, yeah.
He makes a step over and woo.
Oh, the keeper had no chance with that.
Donnarumma.
He had no chance.
Donnarumma.
Yeah. That's a brilliant goal, that is, mate. And that's that Nusa guy, is it?
That's that Nusa guy, The Nusa guy he was incredible. First half, he was just playing with them, took on
he plays for
4 guys.
Right.
And second half, he's just playing with them. That's the thing. And for me, Antonio Nusa is the guy. We should just go and sign Nusa right now. 50 million, smack it on the table and say, give us Nusa right now.
Is he left-footed or is he right-footed?
Well, I think he's 2-footed.
Jarvis, that was fantastic, that goal, mate. I mean, that really was. That was from the position you stopped it at, I had, there was two ways. I didn't get either of them. Well, I got one half right. I got half of it right. What a strike, pal. So
this is Nusa in right before the goal, 2 minutes before he scored his goal. So he's just carrying the ball, as Amorim would like the players to carry the ball into the opposition. Look at him, just slowly dances through, and look.
He fell over a bit weak there, didn't he? Get up. Come on.
What are you talking about? Locatelli got a yellow card on that one.
Yeah. What I noticed, John, he doesn't balance himself like you do. He doesn't balance himself with his arms behind his back. He balances himself with his arms to the side, whereas you balance yourself with your arms behind your back. Absolutely brilliant. He looks really good on the ball, actually. Very tight control, quite quick with the ball as well. Because a lot of players, they might be quick on a foot race, but not quick with a football. He looks quite quick with the ball.
He is.
Is he wing back?
No, he's a left winger. We can look at it again. Step over.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Little feints and with his left or his right.
Yeah, like him.
But you see, he carries the ball with his right foot, and he took the shot with his left foot. So I would say he's a 2-footer.
Well, I'd not heard of him before, pal.
Antonio Nusa. I did a presentation on him on MUFC Release TV 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I called him the Norwegian Neymar.
Right. How old is he?
That's the comparison. I think he's 20 right now or 21. Still young. He was the youngest scoring player in the Champions League at the time when he scored for Club Brugge he was barely 17. I think it was 17 and 50 days or something.
Well, if he could play left wing back, as Boxing Straight Talk says, wow, sign him.
That's the thing. We don't play with wingers anymore. So
no, sign him.
He's other number 10.
He'd be absolutely superb. Wow, that was really impressive. What were the Haaland goals like?
The Haaland goals were incredible. We can look at the first one. I have it here. So do a couple of comments and I will find it.
Let's see. Trev says Jarvis to get turned on by anything.
No.
Boxing Straight Dog says, can he play left wing back? Yolam Amin says he is 20. Rebek Bakir says, hey Norge. I'm not quite sure what that means. Hello,
Norge.
Hey Norge.
Go Norway.
Go Norway. Superb.
Yeah.
Wicker comes in and says Oscar Bobb was good when he came on. He's a good player, Oscar Bobb.
Yeah,
I do like him. Yeah, very good player. Could play that Ahmed wing-back role on the left. Yeah, I'd agree. Again, Oscar Bobb's got a lot of love in the chat, actually, to be fair. Agile Beast says he's been big on Nusa for a while. I'd not heard of him, actually, so looks a bit of a find.
I told you about him before. I sent you a couple of clips to you, but, maybe you didn't realize it was Nusa.
Was I paying attention? Or?
No,
I might not know. You're right.
You just
Who is he? Who is he? It's not in my league. Get him off. I'm sorry, mate. Did that Naipan play today? Is he make at all?
No, he's nowhere near. He's in the under 21s.
Okay,
it's not good enough for the first team. So 200 grand a week job is all footballers should be able to use both feet.
Well, yeah, that's true. You're not wrong.
100%. So this is the 2-1 goal. It's Nusa on the ball. You have Oscar Bobb. You have Sørloth. I don't know who this guy is. Let's just look at it.
Anyway,
again, Nusa is up against two defenders. So what is Italy doing? They're backing off and it's just dancing around them. So now you see Oscar Bobb is on the ball. So this is the next stage. So we're just going to say hello and then we go back.
You should look at Haaland. Look at his position. I cannot believe, right? I cannot believe that Italy have allowed Haaland to stand behind them and the Cristiano Ronaldo pose. I mean, it's fucking Erling Haaland, for fuck's sake. There should be one in front of him, one behind him. There should be
It's Di Marcio and Bastoni, those two guys.
I don't get it.
Di Marcio and Bastoni.
Yeah, I mean, Jarvis, if it's not Erling Haaland, it's criminal. But Erling Haaland alone and two players not even bothered with him, and the goalkeeper not even looking to see what the fuck's going on. It's criminal. Criminal. Sorry. I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah. Well, it's Di Marcio and Bastoni. They should know how to defend, but obviously they're not. Oscar Bobb is on the ball. You see him here in the left corner of the picture. He receives the ball, just takes on his man, lofts it in, and Haaland just bangs it in. 2-1.
Oscar Bobb there was absolutely brilliant. Instead of taking a first-time cross, gets it down, gets it to the byline, lovely cross. And all Haaland did was step back 2 yards.
Yeah, well, it's a brilliant finish. It's not that the one you take
it's a
every
great
day.
goal. He steps back 2 yards, Bastoni. Just fucking DiMarzio though, Jesus.
Yeah, not the journalist. DiMarco. Sorry,
Marco. Yes, DiMarco.
Marco, the guy who plays for Inter.
He's Inter Milan left back, isn't he?
Yeah. The left wing back.
Yeah, terrible.
So for me, I think Oscar Bobb reminds me a little bit of Pilestri. Low center gravity, very quick feet.
Oscar Bobb, Jarvis, is at the wrong club. He's at the wrong club. Definitely. It's a shame because he's a really good footballer. He's had a lot of injuries, hasn't he, at City?
He had one injury last season, but I think
he got some run in the team, and then he got injured, didn't he? And now he's. I think it was a serious injury, and now he's coming back into it. He needs a club not City, because he's never going to displace Foden. Really, Mamouche, he needs a.
Trev. Thank you for tuning in.
See you all, Trev. Don't forget tomorrow night, buddy.
Yeah. So you were saying?
I was just saying, if I was him, I would move and I would go to Newcastle. I was Oscar Bobb. I think he's a fantastic
Bobb the builder.
I think he's a fantastic footballer. He's young as well, isn't he? What is he, 21?
I think he's 19. Or is he 20?
I know he's a youngster. I think he's a fantastic footballer. So I would move on if I was him, mate.
Yeah. But
because that was brilliant. The way that he took it in the box, didn't phase him, gets round his man, lovely cross. Haaland buries it. What more do you want?
But do you agree that he reminds me of Pilestri?
Yeah, and that's why I think he should move. Because my worry is I don't think Pilestri got anywhere near his capabilities.
Oscar Bobb is 22, by the way. Big up, Jarle. Thank you for the update.
I don't think Pilestri got anywhere near his capabilities as a footballer. And I don't want to see a talented footballer like Bobb not guess. I mean, he's going to probably grace the World Cup, isn't he? I would imagine he's a regular. I thought it was an ACL, Agile Beast. Yeah, thank you for reminding me on that.
Yeah, he was out for a year.
I know he's out for a long time. And I just think he needs a move to a club where he can play, because I think he's a fantastic footballer. I really do. I remember we spoke about him about a year ago, and I said to you, fucking hell, he's some player. And you said to me, watch out for Oscar Bobb. He's Norwegian. And I think I said, he's not fucking not with a name like Bob. He ain't Norwegian. He goes, he is. Great player. When you look at the makeup of your team, you look at Sander Berge, you look at Haaland, you look at that Nusa, you look at Sorloth. Sorloth's been scoring goals for Atletico Madrid.
He's been doing well.
The Sorloth that we saw at Crystal Palace is not the Sorloth that you're seeing today.
No.
And if you get Oscar Bobb playing more regular, along with other, I don't know what your goalkeeping situation's like.
To be fair, on Sorloth, I think after he left Palace, he went to Spain.
It's not about goalkeeping situation.
Yeah, but Sorloth, he played for three different clubs in Spain in 3 consecutive years, and scoring between 15 to 20 goals in La Liga every season for three different teams. Yeah. So I think it was Rayo Vallecano, and then he moved to, was it Bilbao? No.
He's Madrid. He's Atletico Madrid, isn't he?
What's the other team in Madrid?
Athletic.
No, in Barcelona. Not Barcelona, but the blue ones. Espanyol. Yeah. So Espanyol, and then Atletico Madrid. So
he's scoring 20 goals there, isn't he, at Madrid?
He's scoring, but he hardly starts. When he never plays 90 minutes. He plays like 60 minutes every game.
He plays Alvarez, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's it's Nyland, Orion Nyland. He plays for Sevilla, but he's not the first team goalkeeper. But I have to say, the Body Glimt goalkeeper, his name is Nikita Haikin. He's originally Russian, but he lived in Norway for 8 years, and he's applying for a Norwegian citizenship right now.
Oh, okay. So you might be
And he will probably, if he gets that Norwegian citizenship, he will probably play for Norway in the World Cup, because he's a brilliant goalkeeper. Nikita Haikin, the Bodø/Glimt goalkeeper. So I think maybe we'll see a Russian goalkeeper for Norway in the World Cup. That's yeah.
You've got the thing about Norway is you've got as good a chance as anyone at going deep in the tournament. So you just got to make sure, you just got to keep the faith, pal.
Yeah.
I hope we get to play you. I hope England get to play Norway. I think it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, that would be a great quarterfinal or semi-final or something like that. But I don't think you want to face Norway. You know,
we aren't good enough to. We'll probably get to the quarters. I think that's.
No, I think you're good enough to win it.
No.
You know, a Rashford in form, Bellingham.
Well, do you know what our problem
form.
is? Do you know what our problem is? We can win 8 games and we can concede 0 goals, but we're not playing anybody. We're not playing Italy. We're not playing Norway. We're not playing Denmark. We're not playing France. We're not playing Holland. We're not playing Portugal. We're playing fucking Albania. You know, we're not playing the teams. And when we get there, when we get to the World Cup, we're not going to be acclimatized. We're not going to play. How are we going to play in 100-degree heat against Brazil? We've not played a team like Brazil's quality. Yeah. We haven't played a team like Norway's quality. We're not facing an Erling Haaland. We haven't faced an Erling Haaland.
No,
we're not facing an informed Casemiro, and we're just not facing these teams. So, and we get an easy group all the time. We just keep going.
Well, it depends. It depends most on Tuchel. Don't you think? Is he the right manager for England right now? And can he take them?
I think Tuchel's as good as anyone to manage us. Okay. It's can you when the chips are down in the knockout stages of football, World Cup football, take on Brazil in 100-degree heat? Can you do that? But we haven't played anyone of Brazil's quality, and it happens to us all the time. And then so we're relying on our instincts during the game. So we're a tier down below. I think somebody mentioned it. We're a tier down below Portugal, France, Spain in particular. Probably Germany are better than us. And we don't play these teams. That UEFA won't put us in a group of death because they want England at a World Cup, they want Germany at a World Cup. They want, and it's wrong. It's wrong. And we've always said this about the Champions League. We've got 32 teams in the Champions League, teams that we've never even heard of, who've earned the right to be in the Champions League, but we don't want them there because, they're not, they don't earn money. They don't earn money for UEFA. So it's a real difficult one. We will see. I like to see what he does in the turn of the year and what friendlies we get. What we do to acclimatise. I don't even know where we're based. Nobody knows where we're based yet, do we? We could be based up in Canada where it's a bit cooler. But then if we are based in Canada when it's cool and we've got to go to Mexico where it's boiling, we've got to think about all these things. So it's not. It's not great for us. Whereas you've had to play Italy. Irrespective of whether Italy are any good at the moment, you've still had to play them. You've had to play one of the best goalkeepers on the planet, Donnarumma.
Yeah, it's true. But it's hard to say. It's still early days. Anything can happen.
And this is my point. Sorry, this is my point. And that's a great point. If it comes and we had to go to a World Cup in Norway, and the winter season, Jarvis, hasn't actually finished for once, and it carries on. Could Brazil beat us in -10? They probably couldn't. And even in Norway, it's a really good point. So, and that's where we need to, teams like us, teams like Norway, we've got to go out there and we've got to acclimatise. It was a little bit different in Qatar because we were playing in air-conditioned stadiums. I don't think we'll see any stadiums like that because we're using MLS stadiums. Canadian stadiums, and so they won't have roofs. There won't be any air conditioning to play these games. So it'll be really, really interesting. Looking forward to it, by the way. Really looking forward to it. I love the World Cup anyway. I think it's brilliant.
The World Cup, I hate the qualifiers, but the World Cup is always brilliant.
That's why in England, Jarvis, we don't really care about the qualifiers for the Euros or the World Cup and the Nations League until we get to these tournaments, because we're not playing anybody. You know, it's difficult to get excited playing. And, you know, with all due respect to Azerbaijan or whoever, we don't want to, you know, we want to be playing teams like Germany. But anyway, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I'm just looking for the seeded pots for the World Cup. The drawing is 5th of December, but close, England is in obviously in Group 1 and Norway is in Group 3. So there is a chance that we can face each other, but we will see. But, you know, there were other goals. A brilliant goal from Strand Larsen. I want to show you the Strand Larsen goal. The third goal from Haaland was just a tap in, as usual, the usual Haaland goal. But the fourth goal from Strand Larsen Wolves, I want you to have a look. It's 1-on-1 against the defender. And again, I think it has to be Mancini or Di Lorenzo. No, it's on the right. So, yeah, it's probably Bastoni.
It's Bastoni again, isn't it? DiMarco, probably.
It's Bastoni. So, but you've seen Strand Larsen play for Wolves, and he's not too shabby.
He's a handful, Jarvis. It's a good goal. It's a very good goal.
It's a good goal. Good speed.
He didn't just hit and hope.
Yeah.
There was no hit and hope there. He was methodical in his approach, and Donnarumma was rubbish. So, in fact, Donnarumma's been really struggling, hasn't he, just recently?
I've been saying Strand Larsen is a guy which we actually should get in at Man United as the second striker. He could actually come in and do a job.
He'd do a job for us. We're not going to get him in. He's just signed a new contract, hasn't he? He wanted to go to Newcastle, didn't he? 50 million. Is it 50, 54?
I think they rejected 55.
I think it was 55. I know they rejected it, yeah. It's a good goal. Very, very good goal.
Very good goal, yeah. Well, it was a good game. On the flip side, when it comes to Man United, we have been linked to Daniel Muñoz, the fullback or wingback from Palace.
Yeah, from Palace, yeah.
He stated that clubs like Man United is a dream. So what's your thought on Muñoz? I think it was one of the better players when we played Palace last season, and it was quite instrumental, and it was one of the reasons we lost to Palace.
We'll see him up close and personal, won't we, in 2 weeks? We got Everton this Monday.
Yeah.
Or next Monday, should I say. And then the following Monday, we got Palace, haven't we? So we'll see him up close and personal. I think he's one of the best wing-backs in the Premier League. I like him.
He's 29. I think that's where the issue lies.
I think that's where it draws the line. I think the thing for us, though, Jarvis, and we have to be key here, anybody's better than what we've got.
Yeah.
You know, and that doesn't say a great deal, does it? So we're not. I don't think we're in. I don't think we get Muñoz. I don't think we bother. You're probably coming out of Palace, 29 years old. You're probably looking at 30, 40, 50 million. And I don't think we can spend 50 million better. But I do like him. I think he's a fabulous player.
Yeah, I agree. But I think if we can get him on free, maybe he would accept medium to low wages.
I don't know what his contract term is, whether he's out, whether he can.
If he could do a 3-year contract coming in and at 29, maybe he could play two or 3 seasons for us. But unfortunately, I think the age thing is a bit of an issue, especially when it comes to Ineos. I think we want the resale value. They have said themselves they want players on their first and second professional contract. So, coming in at 29, no.
Well, I don't see it. I don't see it. I'd have had Robertson from Fulham or Robinson, whatever it is.
Yeah, but he's the same age. He's like 28.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's not going to happen. So no, I think I think ultimately, I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't. Yalam Amin says, "What's the beef between Tuchel and Bellingham?" It's never been pushed out to the limelight. I know a little bit about something, but not a lot about anything when it comes to that. There's a personality clash, and that's the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
Doesn't help yet, Yala, I know, but there is a personality clash. I can tell you that for nothing.
A quick one before because we are 1 hour, 9 minutes. So we're not going to do a long one tonight. We have a marathon away show tomorrow night. Mark will be on. Show that one.
So 1209T, Top, has come up with his, which is absolutely brilliant. So he's gone with Everton and Man United 2-2. Palace 3, United 1, United 4, West Ham 0. Don't know at the minute. They're playing well. I think we'll beat Wolves. I think we'll scrape Bournemouth. I think we beat Palace and Everton.
So 10 points in the next 5 games.
I think we get a clean sweep of victories, I
think that's a stretch. No.
Gotta believe.
Well, always believe in Man United to win, but Everton is looking good under David Moyes. We struggle because David Moyes has a thing, he likes to come from central out to the width and double up and stretch the team. And I think it will be difficult for Ruben in his diamonds and triangles. You figured out David Moyes is a smart man. He's an astute manager. Even though he didn't succeed at Man United, he knows how to set up his team. When it comes to Palace, they look like a solid unit. West Ham, I think we will beat. Wolves, we will beat. Bournemouth, Iraola again. Always difficult. They like to set up in the mid or low block. Hard-working team. I think if we can get 8 or 9 points in the next 5, I would accept that. So 3 wins or 2 wins and 1 draw in the next 5. I think that will be.
I think we get 15.
As expected.
I think we get 15. I really do.
Yeah, well,
I really do believe it. Look, I was famously once quoted and got, before the Liverpool game, I said anything can happen in football, and it can. I don't care what anyone says. You can go across, step across the white line. Anything can happen in a game of football. I don't see too much of an issue against Everton. I think we can be dogged in a result against Palace. I don't think we'll beat them easily, but I think we'll beat them 1-0. I think we beat West Ham comfortably. I think we beat Wolves comfortably. I think we struggle, agreed, against Bournemouth, but I think we beat them 2-1. There's only really Semenyo that's playing at a high calibre at the moment. Clivert isn't playing as well as he was last season. Brooks is in and out of the team. Scott is probably the most consistent performer, I'd say.
Yeah.
Builder.
But he's a
He's a hell of a player. I looked at him since we spoke about him. I've looked at him. He's a hell of a player. So we've got a real chance. When you look at that league, you look at where Villa are at the moment, where Villa were 4 weeks ago. I look at where they are. Sorry, it's not 4 weeks ago because of the international break. Say 8 weeks ago, and look at where they are now, and look at where they could well be come Saturday evening or next time they play. They could be in the top 3. That's how close we are. So we can't let this, in the famous words of Steven Gerrard, slip. You can't let it slip. You've got to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and scrapping to get that win. It's going to be really, really hard. It really is. It's going to be really hard. So 7-7 retros come in. Oh, sorry, me and you. So he's gone 2-0 at Everton, 2-2 Palace, 4-0 against Wolves, 4-0 against West Ham, 5-1 against Wolves, 3-1 against, 13 points. Okay, so you're going with the draw at Crystal Palace, yeah. It's probably the most difficult one to call, I think, Palace, but I still think we'll beat them. I think we can scrape 1-0.
I say 8 to 9 points, but it doesn't mean we will lose many games. We could go unbeaten, 3 draws and 2 wins, for example. I think we will win against Wolves and West Ham, but the 3 other games, I think they will be tight, almost a coin flip.
Something better though, isn't there? There's something with us at the moment, irrespective of how we performed against Tottenham. Tottenham been up and down. Tottenham are sitting fourth in the league at the moment, fifth in the league, something like that. They've been a bit up and down. But we showed something. We showed something by coming back and getting a draw. Yeah, we conceded 2 poxy goals, stupid goals, but we showed something. And it was only really when Maguire went off that we started to struggle at the back. I'm not having a pop at Yoro. I'm just saying. And the substitutes weren't brilliant at the time. I just think we can go there, and I just think we can do something within this next 5 games. I really do. By the way, these 5 games set us up for the season.
100%, Stu. I love your optimism, and I feel the same. I want Man United to win every game, and I think it's possible for us to win the next 5 games.
It is. Yeah, anything's
every
possible.
Team we should be able to beat, but to win every of the all of the 5 games. I think that will be hard.
Frank's getting his haircut, Jarvis.
There will be injuries. There will be suspensions. There will be fatigue. The games are coming tight now in the next 10 games. So, and
Frank's getting his haircut, Jarvis. Young Frank, get your haircut, son. Get your haircut.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Sooner or later, Jarvis, we will turn that corner, and we will. But we'll turn it when nobody expects it.
5 in a row. That's contending for the league form.
Yeah, well,
I don't think we're there yet.
But no, I don't think we are there. But ultimately, our tide will turn. So our form will turn properly. And when it does turn, nobody will be expecting it. Nobody. Not the Premier League.
Stu, if I gave you 10 points, would you take it right now?
Yes, of course I would. Absolutely.
Would you take 10 points?
10. Yeah.
1 loss, 1 draw, 3 wins in the next 5.
I'd take 10 points. I really would take 10 points. But I want to see us, challenge ourselves. I want to see the team challenge themselves and think, right, we can go the next 5 games and win. We can win the next 5 games. As a footballer, if you don't say that to yourself, you don't challenge yourself, you'll never get anywhere.
Obviously, we need to shoot for the stars. That's the only way to improve. 100%.
I just hope we get and do something, because I would take 10 points. I'll probably take 8 points, Jarvis. Really, if you're being realistic, I probably would take 8 points. But there's nothing to say at all. We can't take 15, and I've always been that way about football. I've always been that way about our results. I've always been that way about Man United, and it's got nothing to do with Fergie, because I started supporting the clubs in the 70s and in 77, so I've seen it, and stranger things have happened in football, and I just hope, maybe it's a hope more than an expectation, Jarvis, but I think you should always
you mentioned Fergie, and this came out, he made an interview and he said, I hope the manager get a bit of success, because Manchester United, you need to have success. It's not much, but you can look at it like he's putting a bit of a pressure. He has expectations to Ruben Amorim, and this is just what he says.
Yeah, I did see that. I bet he's right though. You have to have success at Manchester United. He was brought in to create success. And he created more than success. He created a dynasty. At the time, it was Liverpool and Wolves where we're just pounding and pounding and pounding away. Certainly in the late 70s and early 80s. He came in 86, Albion were decent at that particular time. Forest were decent European champions. So United we were also runs, really.
Yeah.
If you are a team who are unbeaten in 5 matches, which we are, you've got to go the next 5 unbeaten. That's your next cluster. You go by clusters in football, 5 games at a time. And we're in this 5 games. When you look at it we've got the best chance to cement our position in the top 6.
But Stu, I think we need to look realistically on it. And I think for us, the main task needs for us to be competing for top 5. We need to start winning or continue winning the home games, and winning the occasional away game, and not losing away. So if we can pick up draws, maybe win every other away game and win every home game, I think we will easily qualify for top 5 and Champions League next season.
Yeah, 100%. We've got to start winning away. This is why I want to go to. What better way than go to Palace and beat them? Real tough ground. You know, if we can do that, then we're doing something. We're showing something. We're demonstrating something. We didn't go to Forest and win, but we didn't go to Forest and lose either.
No, we didn't. We
didn't go to Spurs and lose. I just want to see us. We've got to take that next step, and now's the time to do it. You know, if I'm the lads, we're in the changing room, Jarvis, together. That's my message. My message is our next cluster of games is going to make or break our season, and I think it will. As you quite rightly say, we stay in there, and if we're looking at getting somebody in January, if we are there or thereabouts, come Christmas, come Boxing Day, he's got a stronger case, hasn't he, Amorim, to say, look, hey, we could finish somewhere here now. You know, Jules, we've already congratulations on your left foot, mate. It was brilliant.
Yes, big off, Jules.
Absolutely, first time, bang.
Jules, by the way, Jules, if you're around tomorrow night, I would love to have you on Jarvis's Corner if you have the time. You know, we go live 9 p.m. So you could be on the panel with Stu and Mark and me. That would be brilliant. You know, no pressure. If you don't have the time, you don't have the time. But if you would like to come on, feel free to accept.
But that's what I think. In this next cluster of games will give us a real chance of. It'll tell us where we are, won't it? It'll tell us where we are, Pa.
Question: would Jarvis and Stu take Semenyo in the summer? Semenyo and Sesko
all day long.
100%.
I wouldn't even bat an eyelid all day long.
I talked about Semenyo a couple of years ago, so for me, he's a no-brainer.
I can't believe he plays for Ghana.
Hard-working, he's good on the ball, good decision-making, goal threat, goals assists.
He's brilliant. He's fantastic.
He's brilliant, yeah.
Fantastic football.
Consistent.
All day long, I'd have him, Semenyo. I think, unfortunately, he's likely to end up at Liverpool. But, I would.
Big up, Jules. You know, if you're around, if you're in the chat, jump on any time. You don't have to be from the start, from the get-go, you know.
Yeah, open invite. But, I'd love Semenyo. But he's plays for Ghana. Could play for England. He was born in the UK, but he plays for Ghana. Yeah. Because he's a late developer, isn't he, Semenyo?
Yes, yeah.
He's a late developer. Yeah. Didn't work out for him at, was it Chelsea? I can't remember, but I know wherever it was, it didn't work out for him, and he's a late developer. I think he was not getting a shot at the England time, so he's gone to play for Ghana, which is a real shame. I always try and remain positive, buddy. Always try and remain positive. Look, you know, it's just the way that I am. I always believe that when I'm playing, I always believe we can go and win, even when we don't. But I always believe before kick-off we can win the game of football, and I'm always that way. That's all.
100%. I just want to put in this before we wrap up, and we can talk more tomorrow. But this came out yesterday. It's about Licha. He's in training with Argentina, the Argentinian squad, and is ready to be available for Man United after the break. So, how do you see this play itself out now? Luke Shaw is doing really well. I think he's been one of our best players in the last couple of games. He's really excelling in this Amorim role. I think he's more aggressive. He's working more into the midfield. And he's staying injury free. So what are we supposed to do with Licha right now? How are we going to take him back into the team?
He goes straight into left wing back for me. I said it last year, and I remain. He goes in straight left wing back. You don't need pace to be a left wing back, but he can defend. He can slit and slop into a back four perfectly. He's the absolute ideal wing back for us. His range of passing is brilliant. His penetration is brilliant. His positional sense is brilliant. And you don't need pace. We've proven that you don't need to be pacey as a left wing. But I'm more confused, actually, about why he went to train with Argentina rather than stay at Carrington. That's what's confused me the most. So he's got on a plane. He's flown out, 12 hours, 14 hours, whatever it is, to train and then to come back. So we need him. He's an absolute leader, and he'd be brilliant as a left wing back. I've said it hundreds of times. And when you see his heat map, Jarvis, where does he play? He plays inside, but he plays the left wing position. The amount of passes and penetrative passes he did last season from the middle third was brilliant, and he got his goals from pushing up on the middle third, didn't he? From the left hand side, he scored a couple of goals from the left hand side. So he's absolutely brilliant. He really is at left wing back. So we've got a real conundrum with Leitcher, actually. We really do. But I don't want to see him back, though, just at this point either.
No, I think we need to ease him in slowly and give him 2 minutes in the first game, give him 5 minutes in the next game, 10 minutes, and then
December,
maybe half an hour, and then second half.
Yeah.
And
so
eventually,
it'd be massively, massively interesting. It really would be hugely interesting. But I think he offers a lot. He will offer us a lot. I actually think the partnership of the Leitcher and you're right to point out Luke Shaw at the minute, pal. You're right to point him out. Those two players together. Luke Shaw wants to move up. Leitcher can sit in. We don't have that at the minute. For us,
two left footers.
For Amorim, it'd be a fucking mind fuck because he won't know what to do. It's almost having Quenda back.
Yeah.
I know Quenda's quicker than Leitcher. I get it. I do. I get it. But you've spoken about the way that Leitcher can and the way we know that Luke Shaw could probably play wing back as well. But equally, they can both play six. They can both play left back.
They could interchange. They could actually do the role together.
It would give Amorim less of a headache. It would sew up that left-hand side. I think would be absolutely brilliant.
So we're actually playing with two left centre-backs and two left wing-backs at the same time.
Guys, I said, Jarvis, tell me, when did I say Leitcher could play a six? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly about 2 years ago.
Yeah, roughly.
I said Leitcher could play a six because of the way that he holds the ball, etc. Yes, he could play a six. He has played a six on the odd occasion for Ajax. And he would be quite a decent, and I don't like a double pivot, by the way, as you all know, but he would work quite well with Casemiro. But I think his most effective position right now would be left wing back, because all he's got to do is play in between the middle third, the two boxes, and he's got that, and he's got the engine to do it. Now, here's the problem we're going to have right now, and Jarvis has made this point, and he's absolutely spot on. We cannot bring Leitcher straight in to play left wing back. We've got to got to bring him on, maybe replace Shaw for a couple of times or whatever, but get him on and play. But he doesn't play in the middle of the centre three anymore.
We have a tight schedule now, Stu, coming up now.
Correct.
November, December, 10, 12 games, FA Cup coming up. It will be almost more than one game a week now. So we need to rotate.
We've got FA Cup coming through, so we need to rotate. The other thing is, I think Cunha would be on his knees praying that Leitcher, because him and them three at that side would be brilliant. And when we come into defending, what better way to have four defenders, proper defenders?
But I agree. I think we will see the best of Cunha when we have Leitcher on the pitch. because he will find that line breaking passes up to Cunha, who can turn with the man in his back, turn and start running at the defense. I think then we will really see this Amorim football thrive and excel.
He's going to be a key to it. I really believe a key. You could almost, Jarvis, do what you were talking about with Mbeumo at some point and stick you in Mbeumo as right wing back. You can almost do that when you look at his heat pattern.
Stu, by the way, I agree. I know they trained in.
I didn't realise it was in Spain. So I've got no issue with that. Then I've got no problem with it in Spain. It's a 2.5 hour flight. I do it all the time. I fly into Spain and come out and come back the same day. So I've got no issue with that. I thought he was going out to Argentina, so forgive me on that one. Maybe that's good for him then to
meet up with his mates. You know, he's been in the gym now for 6 months working on his own. So maybe it's good for mental health.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realise it was. Thanks for putting me straight on that, because I didn't realise it was. It was Spain. I've got no issue with Spain.
Guys, it's been a brilliant show. We are 1 hour 30 minutes into the show, so it's time to wrap it up. We will do a stream tomorrow night. Jarvis's Corner panel show. We will have Mark. I will see if maybe Noradin have the time to come on, and we will find something to debate as usual. Maybe we can do a more thorough Licha Luke Shaw debate if we have to choose of one of them.
Maybe we can do a. We could talk about their strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
We can look at their heat maps, respective heat maps. Yeah, we could do that. Got any questions for us? Get your questions in early, by the way, tomorrow night, if you don't mind, so that me and Jarvis can spend a bit more time going through your questions, because we love your questions, and they're always brilliant. What tends to happen on a Monday is we get into debates, and me and Jarvis forget the time, and by the time it comes to questions, I'm on curfew. So we want to get the questions in early, because the questions are always great. And yes, you keep an eye on the time. Questions are always great, and we don't want to stop doing the questions, because we really enjoy them. Actually, me and Jarvis talk about the questions. We like football questions, and we like questions about our favourite stuff. Anything you want to ask us, it's always great.
Yes.
And we're aware,
movies, whatever, yeah.
We're aware we haven't done a call-in show for a month or two. So once the games come again, we'll do a call-in show, and we can get you on again, because the call-in shows are great, weren't they, pal? We met Helge on the call-in show, didn't we?
By the way, Helge sent me a message the other day. I forgot to send him an answer, but hopefully we can try to see if we can get Helge on tomorrow night.
Yes, try and get Helge on.
And we can talk a little bit more about Norway.
So you should. So you should keep that Norway background on as well, pal. We're not back in the Premier League till the weekend. So
we are not. By the way, the poll: who's the favorite team to win the World Cup? England got 22% of the votes, 85 votes. So we have more votes than we have likes. We have 36 likes. So people, please do us a favor, smash the like. It helps out the algorithms. 22% England, 33% Norway. Big up. 39% for France, and only 6% believe in Brazil. So it's Mbappe and France who's the favorite to win the World Cup. And quite frankly, I agree when it comes to France.
I think France.
Yeah, I think they are probably the best team in the world right now, most complete national team. It's been a great show, everyone. I want to thank Obi and Boxing Straight Talk. Yes, Nusa, I saw you sent him. You sent me the video. He looks really good, really good. I wasn't aware of this guy, so I need to look more at him. So, guys, check out Oscar Splitten Nysæter from. I think he plays for Stabæk in Norway. And Jarle Malmin comes in and say England will win it this time. I hope England win it. I really hope England win it.
I'd love it.
Yeah. I think just England just need to win it, just to break that curse.
We need to win it.
It's been a long time.
We need to win it. I'd like a nicer bunch of players to win it, but it is what it is.
Well, every World Cup will create new legends, and Elliot Anderson and.
I'm looking forward to this. Before we start the World Cup, guys, me and Jarvis might do some shows, obviously during the World Cup. But before we start the World Cup, we'll put a vote out who's going to be the player of the tournament, who's going to be the surprise player, the breakout player, that type of thing. We'll just have a bit of fun and doing that. So maybe we can, I don't know, devise a World Cup wall chart. Do you get them in Norway? Maybe you can hang a World Cup wall chart up or something. Just do the old World Cup wall charts.
We can do that. We can do that. That will be great.
Maybe me and Jarvis also will get the World Cup sticker album. And then every show we'll get some new stickers and we'll see what we've got. And we can do stuff like that. And anyone who wants to do the sticker album with us, you can let us know what you've got. We can have a lot of fun over the World Cup, you know. Start acting like kids again, like we used to. Get really excited.
Stu, someone is actually calling you out for not being optimistic enough. I'm the pessimist in this panel.
And the madness is funny. He's been on my case all night. I do apologise. And the madness, I would love it if we won. You know that. You know that. I always think we'll win. But yeah, okay. We could have a sweepstake, couldn't we? Bit of a laugh. You know, we all pick a team or whatever. We can have a lot of fun for the World Cup. There's a lot to look forward.
We can.
Yeah, a lot to
will be interesting. You know, now I'm looking forward to it because Norway is qualified, and you know, for me, that's a win in itself. Just to get qualified, just to be in that company.
Yeah, we're both
I want to say thank you to everybody. Jules, Obi, is it just me? Who else? Jarle Malmin coming in with all his comments. By the way, when it comes to who left the most comments, you know, there's a ranking in on YouTube, and on first place you have Jarle Malmin, I am Titanium, Catherine Nonsense McDade. It's Danny B, and in 5th place you have Boxing Straight Talk, and 6th place is Obi. Obi Cobbs. So thank you everybody, and the Madness number 7 and 1209 top Stephanie Griffith, Andre Johannesson, Fred the Red. All of you guys, thank you for leaving all your comments. You actually makes this channel alive. We will be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. UK time, 2200 Central European time. Guys, girls, tune in, and there will be a panel show with Stu, Mark, and Jarvis, and hopefully Nuruddin or Helge will join us. So it's been a good one. Norway won. Everybody have a great night and sleep tight. See you on the next one, and bye.